Hello, I'm Gary Lyon and welcome to the 2014 wash-up for St Kilda. Damien Barrett is with me, and Damo, not many wins for the Saints, and I ask you the question, is this footy club on the right track?
I need a whole lot more convincing than what I am at the moment, Gaz, that the future is bright. I know they will do a fair bit at the trade period. They're very confident what they're going to do on the draft time as well, but I just am not sure where they're at, and I think they need to get it right this year. Can't wait any longer.
Touch pessimistic. Let's find a highlight then for their fans for season 2014, and it's obvious, I know, but this man's performance was unbelievable. He carries the footy club on his shoulders. We know he's had issues with his knee throughout his career late. He seems to have overcome that. He just gets the best defender every week, 2 and 3 at times, because they pretty much know where the footy's heading. He hasn't had great support in that forward half of the ground, and yet he's still been able to come out and be arguably the best key forward in the competition in a side that has struggled more than any other. That is an admirable trait.
Yeah, it has, and people have highlighted some of his petulant displays at times. I'm surprised he doesn't do it more often with the delivery of the ball.
And he dealt with that too in the end. I mean, he acknowledged it and dealt with it.
No, I think he's got every right and entitled to do it. You've thrown in Nick, I'm throwing in Lenny. You can't talk about a highlight for St Kilda without mentioning him. Look, he's had a farewell tour, Gary, that sort of reminds us of what James Hird did toward the end of his Essendon career. There's been send-offs in every state, but he just deserves it. I mean, I cannot recall, and I really don't think there has ever been someone who was as mutually and admired across the board as this man.
Some opposition clubs have run to do the Guard of Honour before the siren sounded. That's how much they love him. Well done to Lenny. He'll be a much sought-after person in the off-season. Lowlights, plenty of them.
Yeah.
Round 7, let's go to the MCG. They took on the mighty Hawks, and you knew that they weren't going to win, but they lost by 145 points.
And it could have been more, couldn't it?
Could have been more, yeah. And that would have been an empty feeling walking off the ground for this footy club. The strength of them is that they didn't let it define them. They were able to come back and have some victories, but that was a low light.
Losses like that make you just realise how far behind the good teams they are. And it's a long, long rebuild for this footy club, guys. It's a major one as required. And look, I actually see it being similar again for 1, maybe even 2 more years before they push up. And that's what I feel is an issue for the club.
You can live with it if you're a St Kilda supporter, as long as you know it's clearly defined and you know what they're trying to do. I think you can live with it. They don't want to go off the beaten track, though.
Because they're good players, are very old still, and we just highlighted 2 of them. Gaz, the Christmas bonus for the Saints, who was it?
I like this in the wash-up. I like a Christmas bonus, and I'm giving it to Shane Savage. Now, he came in the trade for McAvoy. He copped a lot of heat early in the piece from St Kilda fans saying what a dud, what a poor decision it was. Well, it coincided with Alan Richardson pushing him to the half-back line. He started to find some footy. I think he found some confidence, and by the end of the season, this sort of thing was happening. He was their designated kicker. He's a beautiful distributor of the footy. I know he's had a horrible broken arm recently, so that's going to finish his year out, but I think he gets a little bonus. What about you?
My bonuses go to 2 young kids, Gaz. Luke Dunstan, who we'll see first here. What they've got here, Gaz, is a very classy inside midfielder. And it's been complemented by the person I'll get to in a moment, Jack Billings, who is your more outside operator. But equally as important, we talk about the rebuild and how long it's going to be, they've at least got 2 key players already there at the fall of the ball when it comes.
Yeah, that's a really good pickup by you, Damo. When you're rebuilding your midfield, you need a combination of inside and outside, so that's perceptive from your point of view. Nicely picked up, and they got quality in both Billings and Dunstan, so very well done.
Chopping block time, Gaz?
Yeah, easy for me. Tom Lee. Now, he was drafted. Now, I know St Kilda get a bit precious, but somewhere in the mix to get Tom Lee, they gave up a first-round draft pick, Damo. And he hasn't cut the mustard in any way, shape or form. The coach gave him a chance, Alan Richardson, subbed him off very early, paper stamp for mine, chopping block.
Yeah, I have to agree. You know, I look a little bit differently at the chopping block part of these wash-ups. And I'm putting Liam Montagna on, not because he's done anything wrong, just because he should consider what his good mates Brendan Goddard and Nick D'Alessandro have done. They're playing finals, Gaz, if you're not aware. He's not, and he's not going to for the remainder of his career.
Leave Nick Riewoldt.
Well, I think he's done some hard yards, as those other 2 guys have done. Nick's staying. Nick's locked in.
He needs someone.
Joey's got a chance to get out of there, guys, and I think he should look at it. And I think the Saints should look at it for him, on his behalf.
All right, brave call from you. Where can they improve? They've got to get someone to support Nick Riewoldt. We've talked about Tom Lee on the chopping block. Reece Stanley was lucky not to be there as well. He showed some signs, doesn't do it consistently enough. Now, whether or not they go to the draft, the young boy called Paddy McCartan, it looks like they're going to have pick number 1, or whether they go and try and drag one of the key forwards out of the GWS, or even maybe Gold Coast. But they need support for Nick Riewoldt.
Okay.
What about you?
I just think it's pretty simple for the Saints, Gaz, in way of improvement. Just do not hire any dwarfs at Mad Monday.
Damo's going with some real humour early in the... Have you got riders for this that I don't know about?
It was a very bad moment for the club last year, Gaz, and they haven't recovered from it.
All right, let's go for the predictor, Damo. Find out whether this side's going up, down, or whether they're going to stagnate for season 2015.
Gaz, I think it's more of the same, and I just fear it's going to be that way for some time. And look, bottom of the ladder, it's bottom 4 at best.
Stagnating means they're going to stay down the bottom of the ladder, and I think they will at least for another 12 months. Not the end of the world if they do, as long as they make good decisions. Nice start from you. Nice little bit of humour injected into the show as well, which I enjoy. Thank you, Damo. That's the wash-up for the St Kilda Football Club.